Wow, Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs are coming. Well, at least Ethereum futures ETFs are coming possibly next week, right? And that's why ETH jumped 3% yesterday. But could this mean, if it does come next week, could this mean we get an approval soon for Bitcoin ETF as well? And it's not just cryptos such as Bitcoin and Ethereum, but overall, the entire market could be making a short-term local bottom and making it bounce. How do I know this? There's this one amazing indicator that is ahead of everybody else. You should be watching this. So as we can see here, this is Bitcoin price, and the blue line is the signal that I'm talking about, right? When it is rising, Bitcoin goes into a big bull run. And when it is falling, it takes Bitcoin down with it. It bounces, Bitcoin goes up, and then when it comes down, Bitcoin pulls back. This signal is something I always talk about and so amazing. It doesn't just work on Bitcoin, it also works on the stock market as well. See, this is the NASDAQ, right? Basically same thing. As this blue line signal is rising, NASDAQ is rising. As it falls, it clearly tells you beforehand, ahead of time, that the NASDAQ has topped, is coming down, and bottoms right ahead of the NASDAQ bounces up, and then NASDAQ follows. And then it comes down ahead of time, and NASDAQ comes down. What is this signal in the blue line? In fact, not only so, this is gold price. And it even has somewhat correlation with gold price, right? Rises as gold price rises, falls and brings gold prices down, jumps up, and then pulls back and bring gold prices down. Have you guessed yet what this amazing signal is? That blue line signal, what we just saw, is actually the amazing US dollar index that I keep on talking about quite a lot in my videos. Now, what we just saw was actually inverse. So usually, I've just flipped the chart. Usually, when the US dollar is rising, basically crypto tanks. And when the US dollar is falling, then basically cryptos go up. Same thing for the stock market. That's how I look at that chart again. So the blue line is essentially just the inverse, an inverse or upside down version of the US dollar index, right? See, we see here it has been falling and then bouncing up, right? That's what's causing Bitcoin to bounce and then pull back. All right, instead of looking at it upside down, now let's look at it the way it's supposed to be. So we saw that the US dollar index started about late last year. It fell from 115 down to about 99. That's what gave the NASDAQ and Bitcoin this big bounce, right? Where Bitcoin climbed to about 31,000, right? And then recently, in the last 2.5 months or so, it has had this big breakout rally, which I've been calling all the way. And that's meant Bitcoin has pulled back, and especially the NASDAQ has also pulled back. However, after this relentless run-up of the last number of weeks, this US dollar finally looks like it is about to pull back or turn down for a small instant. Now, I am not saying that the US dollar is down and out. I'm just saying it's in time for a pullback now. A pullback is due. When it pulls back, that'll give Bitcoin a chance to bounce or at least provide support underneath its floor, and also give the NASDAQ, right, the AI7 stocks, a chance to bounce a little bit as well. But however, in a couple of weeks or more time, when the US dollar resumes its upward path and bounces again, then watch out for Bitcoin and NASDAQ to pull back more.